Okay, in theory, we are now live, but I'm not sure if the disc. Okay, there's some stuff that's broken, and I'll fix it once we get going. Hello, I'm Mav, or Maval Dodgies. Welcome to a Trash Talk Thursday. It's basically Trash Talk Tuesday, but it's gonna be during EU hours. So this time, hopefully every Thursday, we'll see. We don't have everyone here. I'll let everyone introduce themselves. Hang on. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, people who are here.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Ondadori. I'm the local USTZ representative and class skipper.
Alright, cool. Thomas.
Oh, I know why it's not working. Hang on. Cool. There we go.
We're in the wrong channel, dude.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm Thomas. I'm an FC for Test Alliance. Yeah.
I'm Jeremy Nadari. I'm also a testicle.
I'm Catherine Harrington. I'm a random test line member, dude. Oh, look, you turned up in Drag Me, dude. What's up, Scrapyard?
I'm irrelevant.
Scrapyard is from Scumlords.
Basically Imperium, dude.
What's up, Shattered?
It's because you're one.
I would have done the same thing.
Good chat, dude. This isn't awkward.
CCP already had to buff the capital riding sites because no one was running them.
Horde runs a lot of them, dude. No one else does, but Horde does.
There's a goon guy running them in war quals. Pretty interesting. Runs them in belts for panic.
What's a corp, dude? It's not like one dude multi-boxing. It's more than one dude.
Is he soloing them in a Rourke?
No, it's like five dudes in a Oracle.
That's interesting.
Mav,
That actually, that sounds pretty cheese. Actually, if you can run them in a belt and then just panic.
I suggested it, and they rejected my ideas to diva, but I'll give them.
Dude, that's because you have to split the profit. So you have to determine how much everyone is getting. Like,
so like Abyssals, dude. Like you ever run Abyssals as a group? It's the same principle.
it's a pain, dude. Just run a high-sec incursions because that's like an easy 300 mil an hour, dude.
I don't want to run high-sec incursions. I actually want to like contribute to the game rather than just being a leech on society like the incursion runners are.
Try a little harder then.
So I've got the patch notes up here. Boring. So there's a new Crimson Harvest event. I think that's just like the Halloween event, right?
Just quickly. So I need to reply to this message chat. So unlike running them in Horde Reds, you can panic when someone attacks you in a walk wall. That's like a massive advantage because if you attack a Horde Red with some bombers, it'll just blow up, dude. Because like panic gives like responders such an advantage because you get like 4 minutes of response time.
Yeah, but
5.5.
Literally a quarter of the DPS. So
yeah, but it's not a big of a risk.
5 Rourkes are doing about 5,000 DPS.
okay,
Yeah, so
well, 5 Horde Reds do 15k shattered. I can multiply too.
Yes, but that's not the point.
And it also increases the amount of ones you can run a day because every one of those guys can pop 3 of them. So you can do up to 15 per day with those 5 guys.
How do you panic in an anom?
You
You're in a
lock a
belt.
rock.
They're saying you drop the beacon in a belt, and if you're in a belt, you can lock a rock and panic.
Is there not like a minimum distance?
Nope.
Apparently not with belts.
You can just
that's a quality game design right there.
you
Do
can
you
just
think
warp
that's
because you.
intentional? Or just something they forgot to... Well, I guess, like, considering the fact that they've just patched them out and there was a warning about running them on, like, I think the ESS grid or something.
Yeah, they already put out a notification about running them on ESS grids.
What you could also do is if there's like a dead end pocket, just make a drag bubble from the gate to the the crab beacon, like 140k behind, or something like that. That way you have even more time.
So, like how capital routing works in hostile space already?
Basically, dude.
Yeah, here we go. So,
You capital rats.
CCP put out today a notice saying that it had come to their attention it was possible to deploy them in a way that makes it impossible to warp to its location, and deploying the crab, which is the rogue analysis beacon, in any manner that prevents other capsules from warping to it is against the intended gameplay design, and doing so is considered an exploit. And they're going to work on removing the unintended behavior from the crab gameplay. So, kind of sounds like
I
that
see it.
wasn't tested.
I see it now. I'm reading the comment on the Reddit thread now. So it seems like people were actually burning to the edge of the ESS grid, warping to the edge of the grid with a capital, then burning onto the ESS grid, which would drag anyone that tried to warp to their beacon to the ESS, but that would be like 30,000 kilometers away.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty broken.
Yeah, that's a shame. So, well,
I'm waiting for Pornhub to come up on your Google Chrome, mate.
yeah, let's hope not. So,
What do you spank the sausage to?
oh god. There's the Halloween event stuff. I
Good
guess we
talk.
can go back to, and then, yeah, they changed the price of the beacon. It's like half the amount of trait.
I mean, that's
Yes,
irrelevant.
because that's the reason people weren't running these capital routing sites.
Well, what are they, like 40 mil each? Something like that?
I think a lot of that is the BPC cost as well. I'm not sure.
It's such a dumb change there. They just don't understand why they aren't being run. Like, the price of the beacon itself is a literal non-factor.
People aren't running the sites because they want to risk their capitals because capitals are basically irreplaceable right now at the actual market rates. And they would literally have to double the rewards in order to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, so it's about 30 mil at the moment for the new one, or 40 mil to buy. And then there's the ESS change, I guess we can talk about.
Dumb change.
So previously you could link to an ESS and you wouldn't get an aggression timer, but now you do, which means you can't just filament out after doing an ESS. If you're, like, basically, if you go into an ESS, you link to it, take the money, and no one tries to contest you, so you don't, like, shoot at anyone. Previously, you could just leave and go somewhere with more content, but now you're forced to wait in that region or around there for, like, 15 minutes, or, like,
yeah, makes sense.
Somewhere. Does it, though? Like,
well, yeah, you're targeting a capsulier's income, just like you would be targeting a capsulier. Kind of makes sense. You get a PvP timer.
I don't think that's the intention behind it. The intention is people like run around and max coward stabbers and phantasms and just steal ESS, and then as soon as something goes on descan, run off and fill them out.
I mean, they created a game mechanic that only allowed you to use afterburners. Of course, people are going to run around and hunt them and kind of bullshit.
Right, the real question is, right, would you rather defend RHP or be in test?
Be in test easily.
Uninstall.
So, Is anyone defending
Uninstalled.
RHP now? Like, I was.
Yeah, there's one in here.
What, defending them? Who?
Krilla.
Yeah. RHP are the real good guys in this conflict, and I can't say
They
that
are.
with
It's a
straight
false
face.
flag attack against them, dude.
It's a false
Respect,
flag.
honor, and passion has been absolutely destroyed, right, with the Volta campaign.
I mean, yeah,
They
they're a
totally
bunch of, like,
didn't toast
recruits.
Blue Sov and then
Nah,
get
it
clapped
was
for it.
false flag. Like, why would RHP do that? Like, it's literally just a false flag attack so they can get Brave as their new pets.
I mean,
So
you
from
Uh,
the
get
people,
there is actually kill mails from RHP of them intosing Voltasov.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that somebody put a character in RHP and then Entosis Voltasov, but that doesn't mean
Oh
they're
my
RH.
god, that is some
Let
fucking
me-
anti-vaxxer level conspiracy theories going on there
They
now, man.
literally had a fleet, I killed them.
What benefit does RHP have to, like, Entosising Voltasov?
so from what I know, the only thing RHP is capable of is mining and ratting. I do not believe that they can fucking
And renting.
close off and
And
renting.
paying other people to fight their battles for them.
Yeah, man, how much are they paying you?
I'm hang on.
12 billion.
Cal's gonna come on now, and he's in Horde, and I know they were on a campaign.
Cal or Kale?
Cal.
Cal.
Yeah, there we go.
Favorite Brave FC.
He's not
What's up,
brave
Cal?
anymore, Big Rip. Hey,
He's my
Cal.
favorite Brave FC.
We were just what the fuck, Shard? Anyway, we were just discussing RHP. Wondered if you wanted to comment on it.
What specifically were you talking about RHP?
How much are they paying you?
Are they PvP aggressors or are they the ultra crap?
I can say nothing about paying or payments,
Why?
etc., etc. I don't deal with any of that. I basically just. Oh, that's my pizza alarm. I just point my finger and tell people to go shoot.
He's deflecting, boys. He's deflecting.
But I do need to go and get my pizza out of the oven. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Sure thing, mate.
Why is anyone actually defending RHP in this conflict, though?
Well, they were like
Because I don't like
obviously-
Brave.
They were obviously being. Oh, you mean like defending like their side?
Yeah.
They blued Bandalogs, by the way.
God bless them. I hope they do well.
They showed up to 5ZX alongside Bandalogs to try and kill the Brave, or put the Brave staging fort into final timer at that time, by the way.
Which
Yeah,
directly
they had
broke their
that's,
agreement
80
with Volta.
They had an
Yeah.
80-man Ferox fleet. It's tethered
Right.
up on the Bandalogs fort in 5Z.
RHP was, I think, initially blue with Bandalogs and Frat, and part of their agreement with Volta was that they had to reset them. And then, like, 2 months after that agreement was made, they literally started helping Bandalogs and re-blue Frat. And then also, like, Entosis Volta Sov. And now they're all, like, the delusional leadership is, like, creating all the accounts on Reddit to post saying that they're the real victims.
I
Like,
I
it's
just
supporting an actual
don't.
clown.
Like, you've got to be a special kind of stupid to entosis like your landlord soft, surely. Like,
Power move.
I mean, they are.
I'm
this
putting
dumb,
I'm
yeah.
putting a local scan from the night that we were defending the Brave fort in 5Z. You can see there's 80 RHP in local. I'll put it in the whatever Eve online channel this is.
That same Ferox fleet left 5ZXX and then immediately fed their fleet to toilet paper, and then the remaining 20 Ferox then fed to Volta.
Yeah, trying to toast.
hang on, I'll get this local scanner.
Yo, Akila, have you replaced your Nix yet, mate? Because I've got one stuck in the RHP keep you can have.
Well, if you give it to me for free, I'll take it.
Do you think this is a fucking charity?
Yes.
I'm poor.
But you only fly frigates.
I'm poor.
Me too.
TikTok.
It's my
I'm
retirement
working
fund.
on it, alright? Like, sorry.
Cal's back. What are we talking about?
My inability
why are you
to, like,
defending
run the
RHP?
fucking stream.
Mav, should I
So,
send you a picture
when
of
do
my
we
pizza?
post?
Okay, so if I'm hearing this right, the kill mails that just got linked in the New Eden Post Discord, these are supposedly plants that were put inside RHP to make it look like they were betraying Volta. Is that the narrative I'm hearing right now?
Well, from Jeremy, yeah, but I'm not sure who
There's
makes
the
it
toilet
illegal
paper
or not.
feed.
There we go. All right. So yeah, there was. This is for the 5ZXX Brave staging for the armor timer, right, Shad?
Correct.
Yeah. So RHP had 80 and Lycal, Bandlog 73, Test or mostly Diva for 19, and then yeah, I don't know. The RHP stuff's really interesting because they're basically just getting evicted at this point. All their shit is like being blown up. There was like a 35 bill structure mail yesterday. Let me bring that up.
RHP aren't being evicted; they are evicted. Like,
Is it
as much as I
done?
like, pretty much, it's like it's a done deal. It's just residual stuff left now.
So I got
Is
a
the
question,
Keepstar
Cal. Then
reinforced?
I got a question, Cal. Yeah, is the Keepstar dead yet?
Not yet. No, we're still
Okay.
waiting on Volta to pull their finger out and do something about it.
Are you gonna,
So
force
how much
that?
did Horde get paid by RHP to come defend them, to try to defend their space from Volta?
I mean, for the most part, it's just been my corp that's been deployed out there. Horde have come up twice.
As far
And
as
so
I
as
know,
Northern Coalition.
the reason the keep hasn't been reinforced is because Volta's trying to buy it from RHP.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want
I have
a
nothing to say on
Keepstar kill mail. That would be pog.
Test just wants all their Keepstars to get off the front page of the Keepstar losses.
We didn't even lose that many. Well, I mean, we lost a few, but like we managed to extract a lot.
Have you looked at the loss page for Zkill for Keepstars? It's all test and
Yeah,
like
well, it's all
one
goons. It used to be.
even one Horde.
I mean, at least we're not selling ours over to goons and then getting all our assets trapped in,
Meh.
jump codes destroyed.
I mean, have any of those keep stars actually blown up yet or been loot pinated?
No, but I don't understand why.
So,
Hang on.
so basically, so people can still
why...
quite easily asset safety all of their shit, and none of it's actually been blown up yet.
But why
right?
not
just double check it?
Yeah, you're correct. Yes, but why not just force the asset safety and do it as fucking what's it called, an anchor sale, so that you don't have to trust a third party not to fuck your
Because
everyone
historically speaking, goon diplos, as much as people go goon, they do stick to their word.
They do keep their word. That's the thing.
But like, why?
Because okay, Test shit talk them because like Test and Brave apparently hate each other now as soon as they fucking aren't blue.
It's hang on. It's mostly
getting
Diva, but
getting the most expectant value out of that Keepstar was they either A, let it die, which would just fucking everything goes into asset safety, but you lose the Keepstar. They could sell it, which means they get 100 bill or whatever, but that would mean the clones of people who are AFK get pulled.
Which that would happen regardless if the Keepstar lived or died.
Yeah. So I mean,
it can live, die, or it can go abandoned. Doesn't change.
Assuming that goons keep their deals, which they do, then selling the Keepstar, even if they didn't get as much as it was worth, was still the best option for Brave.
So, like, as much as there's a lot of propaganda and hate towards Brave for selling that Keepstar, like, it was actually probably the smartest move because they got something for it.
Oh, I just realized that RHP only has 23 members left.
Wait, what?
What?
RHP disbands.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at their holding score. Disregard.
Oh, okay.
But they have lost like 500 people in the last
they've lost
week.
They've had a lot of defectors go to like Reform Blob and
I saw that. Yeah.
Volta.
Two of their main quote-unquote PvP corps, because I mean, it is difficult to say that with RHP have left.
Yeah, they had like 420.
They had PvP corps,
and now they're at like 380.
Like RHP, for the most part, like they are massively outmatched, but I've had a pretty good time with them. It's been fun.
They're clowns.
Like I've just mostly interacted with their line members and their FCs for the most part, but they're pretty decent people.
I think Womp were a stronger fighting force than RHP.
What's that, sorry?
I think Womp were a stronger fighting force than RHP.
Who's Womp?
Who's Womp? Gaming since the 70s, the massive EVE Online YouTuber, mate, alright? Don't you know of him?
No.
So
Fanak himself.
With all of this space, who do we think is going to move in next?
More Volta renters.
More Volto renters.
So
it
Brave-
would
Yeah,
have to
literally.
be. So no, the thing is with Declan is it's so far off the beaten path. The only way you can actually live there, given the current makeup of the North, is you're either going to be blue to Volta or you're going to be blue to Frat or Horde. It's really your only choices, right?
Because there's the logistics lines to Declan are absolute.
Yeah,
dog
you
shit.
either have to go through Pure Blind or through Volta Space, or you have to go through Frat Space, through like MTACO. You really don't have a choice.
You can do it through NPC.
Yeah, has NPC stations.
No, you could use the NPC stations, yeah, but relying on stations and systems where you can just be
NPC
bubble fucked
stations?
and sieged is kind of sketchy.
Well,
mean,
it's
yeah,
interesting that Brave are blue
people-
to both of those entities.
Brave are blue to Frat. You're
Yeah.
not blue to Volta.
Oh dear.
No, they just made an NIP because they didn't want
And
to actually
Frat,
fight.
the reason we're blue to Frat is because we're still in the process of transiting through their space and selling them some of our structures in Geminate and Sov.
So it's not a long-term thing.
No, as soon as we're done with our logistics stuff, we'll most likely be resetting. But even then, like, it's not like they're showing up for our timers or supporting us in Pure Blind. It's just we're just blue to them because we used to be living on their front step.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So Shattered, from your favorite FC to my favorite Mildir.
I changed my mind, Mav. My favorite
Oh
FC now.
wow.
Okay.
Okay.
What's up? What's up?
How are things in Pure Blind? Because I haven't managed to. I haven't really spoken to any of you recently about how everything's going. I see that you've got
The
a
content's
full
been
constellation
basically
now.
yeah. The content's been nonstop. Figgle, they were never really gonna be able to put up a fight, and we gave them the honorable. We came to the table with them and gave them the graceful retreat if they wanted the option, but they decided to stick around and fight. So they fought and they lost, obviously, and now they are moving to well, where are they moving to? Somewhere in the south. Tenerife's actually.
Oh wow! So Bandalog's joining Firecode.
No. Flying Dangerous, Figgle.
Oh okay.
Yeah, they've actually
So-
taken a constellation just a few gems from UALX, according to Dotland.
So who have you actually been fighting out there? Flying Dangerous. I've seen
Mostly
some stuff with
Flying
Bandalogs.
Dangerous, Banderlog, Snuffed Out, and Diva. So test.
Not test either. Like, come on. It's like one core pin test. Like, if you were fighting the entire of test, it would be another story, right?
Well, they did bring that one fleet down the other day and went into an ESS and died.
It
You
was
mean
a
yesterday?
Philomena. Go on, Thomas.
Was it you, Thomas?
It was my fleet, yeah.
Nice.
So here's the story, right? We go into we film it around, try to find content, and then we land 6 gems from Brave Space, right? So we're like, all right, let's go there. We go into the ESS, right? And we just wait there for a solid hour. And coincidentally, a second ESS fleet joins us because they also filamented in the area.
Wondered
So-
what those hurricanes are doing on the BR.
Yeah, so basically we had a small Hurricane fleet and a small Caracal fleet, right? Brave decides, well, when they saw our Caracals, they formed Caracals. And then when the 15 Hurricanes, 10 Hurricanes were there, they formed Munins. It took them a solid hour to start engaging us. And in that hour, they were camping the outgates. And they were camping the ESS, expecting us to, somehow want to go out. So after a solid hour, they, find the guts to finally go in. And it was a nice fight. But it's just sad that you form first Munins and then you don't take the fight for a solid hour because, you're too afraid.
I'm honestly sick and tired of flying Munins, to be quite honest. I hate how effective they are in the current campaign, but we got to get some better fucking doctrines, or not even better, just different. Shit.
Well, you have
I've been
I mean, it's
FCing
in your
Munin.
hand, though.
I've been FCing Munin fleets since 2018, and I'm tired of it.
Like, it's a skirmish thing, right? You don't need a straight up doctrine. You could have taken something like
Yeah, no, I
Caracals in. And...
I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't make the call.
Understandable, but I think that's a fairly large issue some of Braves FCs have or had when I was there as well. Anyway, people
Well,
want to blob with like it was like, oh, Munins and Quirius, or why aren't you pinging surface? I
Yeah,
had some
in
of
that-
my
in that-
best fleets
In
with
that
Caracals.
situation, when was that fight? Was that yesterday or was
Yes,
that?
That was yesterday.
Okay. Because
Thing is, for the large-
we're still moving staging, so that might have been a decision that the FC didn't think we had ships in position yet, but
I
that's
mean,
not
you
what I
had-
would have formed.
I mean, the situation was like you guys had like more hacks than we had cruisers.
Yeah.
But
And-
also the other thing as well
I would have just, if the Hurricane showed up, I honestly probably would just reping for Caracals and then got in, or I would have even taken like Paraxes or something. In, to be honest.
What Mav said though was that the issue which Brave FCs had is that they wanted to blob and outship with hacks. Like
Yeah,
what
it
FCs
doesn't-
does Brave have left?
And it's like, you just get shit fights as well, right? Like, I had some fucking awesome fights in Quirius as an FC because I told people in my comms to shut the fuck up, I wasn't pinging hacks, and I took stuff like Caracals out. Like, I fought, the like, really good Wormhole Nano people, I can't remember, Gorin Clay people. Like, I had a fight against them, and I thought I was gonna get fucking destroyed, right? But it's Caracals, so who gives a shit if you feed? And we ended up getting some really good, like, kills out of it, and we ended up ISK positive as well.
Yeah, but that who gives a shit if you feed?
Yeah.
That's just not a thing anymore in like 90% of the game. Because people don't want to feed even if they think it'd be fun. Because they're so fucking terrified of getting a loss on a battle report. It's meaningless.
And the other thing as well is it comes down to experience and confidence. Like, to have the experience to make a call of, okay, we don't actually need to blob the fuck out of these guys.
yeah.
We can actually take a good fight and down ship. But also
Pinging,
the confidence in your own
pinging
ability.
mutants is just, it's like the I win button, right?
Yeah.
Precisely.
You know, you
that's
form
exactly
mutants
it.
for everything. You know you're gonna win. You know you're gonna kill. You might not be as positive depending on what you're fighting, but you will kill.
Yeah, it's just the, like say, yeah, that's the perfect way of putting it. It's the I win button because it shuts everything down.
Hang on, I
And if
have
you
some
want to
questions.
provide good fights.
I mean,
There's
to hang on.
someone just put a screenshot of the stream in cesspool, and why the hell are Achillea and Kel's names in like Comic Sans and the rest
Yeah,
of
I was
ours
gonna
are
ask
in
me
like
of that.
gold?
So,
What the fuck?
So, okay, basically.
You gotta fix that shit right now.
Come on, Mav,
basically,
sort it out. Sort your shit out, mate. No. Basically,
Hang
sort
on.
your shit out.
Last
Sort your
time-
shit
All right,
out.
no, I want to hear his
Last
excuse. I want to hear his
night-
excuse. He would ever think that Comic Sans would be an acceptable font for anything.
Last night, Redline was like, I'm gonna give you a file, and it's gonna have everything you need in it, right? And I was like, okay, cool. And then couple hours later, basically, he just hasn't sent the file over, and it turns out like the export button wasn't working. So he gave me some fucking name tags for me, Kat, Carmen, Luke, Shattered, and Sandra.
The hell?
Like,
He made a name tag for me and he never put it on the stream.
what?
What a dick!
What
It
do
was
you-
never.
no,
It was
he made
never.
it last night. He made them
Oh,
last
okay.
night because these are slightly different to the Trust Talk Tuesday ones. But he didn't. He actually did make one for Aquila, but at first he didn't want to, and I thought mine was funnier. And then for Cal, he didn't have one. So yeah.
Oh yeah, this is budget trash talk Tuesday after all.
Yeah,
so.
literally. Like,
Can't all look
look
the
at the fucking the logo. It's like in Comic Sans at the bottom.
I mean, if you weren't listening to like before the stream, like the countdown, Mav decided it was a great idea to have Europop just running the entire time, like songs like
Yeah.
the Macarena. Fucking
much-
cursed, man.
How much,
How much
did
blue
That's
do
how
you
much
have,
did
Smith?
how much did he pay you to put the Trash Talk Tuesday ad in the bottom of the stream?
Oh, I just figured I figured something needed to be there, so I put that there. I don't know if it actually like has to be there, but yeah. There's meant to be Twitch chat as well, but it's not fucking working, unfortunately. But it's fine. Like, if we do another one, it'll get better. I put Sandrin on, but Sandrin like never said he was even gonna turn up. But I thought it'd be funny to put him on there. But yeah,
That'd be funny.
Carmen is meant to be turning up at some point. I might prod him, but yeah. We got like a decent amount of people watching though. Like, I think there's definitely an audience for an EU like Trash Talk Tuesday. Because I'm fucking sick of staying up until like 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. I think on Tuesday the show went until 6 in the morning, which is
It
just,
was
like,
a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why are you staying up to go on a fucking Eve talk
It was
show?
like it was like a 5-hour talk show. It was a little ridiculous.
It was 4 hours, and it was really entertaining, to be fair. And because I can, Aquila, that's the answer. Because I
Well,
can.
no, it's because someone pinged the fucking Brave Bittervet Discord, and everyone started piling in to
The brave bit.
basically what happened.
That isn't a thing, Shattered.
No, it's probably a thing.
It's not a thing. All right, if it is a thing, I'm not in there. But
Well, no, because I
Is this
said it.
just-
Now someone's gonna make it a thing, and it's gonna have all like the diva and like all of Ravescorp and all of
Gravecorp isn't
Crow.
even bitter.
Oh, but they are
why,
exes.
why would B-Crow be in there? We're not bitter.
Not yet, you ain't.
It's
Anyways,
because Brave has
let's
this
talk-
habit of saying that anyone who leaves is bitter if they come and
Well,
fight. To be
yeah,
fair,
No,
like,
I don't.
Diva
So
is, like,
I'm not being serious. Like I got nothing but respect for people that
Oh,
leave
yeah.
Brave because they stick to their guns and they they want to make what's best for their corp or best for their people, and that's fun. But
I don't.
there
think
is
your
some
live members
people
share
that
the
have
same
left
opinion.
Brave and just completely pulled a 180 and like they were biting their tongue the entire time they're Brave not to like stay classy or whatever, and then suddenly they're not part of Brave and don't have to follow the rules, and it all comes flooding out all at once.
I hope
And
you're
the
not
farm.
Is there a
suggesting
reason
that's
for that,
me,
though?
because I was
No,
definitely not
no.
classy on the
No,
way out.
absolutely not.
But Chad,
Stay-
there's a reason people are bitter when they leave Brave. It doesn't just because they feel like finding
People are
someone
gonna
to hate.
be bitter when they leave any organization.
The whole stay classy is a facade
If you're leaving,
for leadership to
if you're
censor
leaving a
the
group,
line, change my mind.
if you're going to the steps that you're leaving your alliance, and you're taking your group, you're taking your corp to other
Justice
things, it's
for
because
B-Crow. Justice for
because
Diva.
it's because you don't feel as though the alliance is providing what you think, or it's not providing the environment that your corporation needs, or you want to, you get something better to do, and that's fine. We've had groups that have left Brave under good terms. We've had groups that have left Brave under bad terms, but it always seems to be someone on both sides of the coin. Like, it's not like people in Brave don't get salty towards Big Crow or whatnot as well, but there's always a group that feels betrayed. So, like, here's a good example, and this isn't just exclusive to Eve or Brave, period, because I used to play PlanetSide quite a lot. I used to be like I was in one of like the top 6 PlanetSide outfits on the Emerald server for quite some time. Still technically am, but the outfit's not really active anymore.
Nerd.
And one of the things that we did, because we were really kind of try hard concerned with our KDs and our rankings on the server, is we did some training every once in a while. And we did like red versus blue style, where half of the guys would hop on their TR characters, the other half would stay on their NC characters, and we would just find a base and the two groups would fight over it. And some people were okay with it, but some people fucking hated it, and they didn't like having to fight players that were as good as the people in their outfit, or they didn't have to like fighting people they were friends with, right? They couldn't get over the idea of like sparring or shooting someone who's supposed to be on your team, right? And this mentality kind of, it seems to translate a little bit into Eve, because it's a similar kind of game where it's that MMO style, but you're all shooting each other. And especially with how often people flip allegiances and flip sides in Eve, people seem to just not remember more often than not that it's game, and it's it's like that comic where like you got the guy holding the red flag, and then the other guy walking down the street picks up the blue flag and then looks at him and he's like, man, fuck that guy. You've seen that one?
No.
No.
But I think I know what you're talking about. I'm just more distracted by what maybe I was doing with Sandra and Stone on the stream.
Don't know what you're on about. On doing anything.
Shattered, I have a question for you.
So
Has Al Gordon gotten his wish, and am I on the blacklist yet?
I have no idea.
What were they blacklisting you for, Kel?
Al Gordon has a very, very fragile ego. And he
So
doesn't
that's
like
it.
his leadership to be brought into question.
What were
It's a
you
good
even like?
characteristic for Brave leadership, isn't it?
Yeah.
What were you even questioning him on? Like, when I
It
was in
wasn't-
Brave,
well,
there wasn't
I-
any
I basically-
interaction between us.
I basically
and, like, Albo.
I essentially called for him to resign from leadership.
Yikes! Why?
Because like the state of Brave leadership is essentially either all AFK or they just didn't do shit.
Not anymore,
Like, I
right?
think the only people that actually did shit back in the day was Shattered. You were AFK in some parts, but you did actually do shit.
During the war, I was fighting burnout hard after
Yeah,
about month
exactly. Yeah,
8,
yeah,
I would say.
yeah. So that's kind of understandable. Norman, oh my god, did everything.
Norman was a god. Yep.
Yeah, and then Jinx and Jana with the dojo constantly keeping that going. But
Yeah,
other members of leadership,
Dojo was an isolated organization, and they were kind of able to work at their own pace.
exactly, yeah. But other members of leadership, like, what did they actually do?
I think you can just cut full stop there.
Yeah, the fact that
full
you're
stop.
actually having to think about it.
Oh no! You know, the AFK leadership was not a meme in Brave for many years. It was a reality.
Yeah.
But why? If someone's
all
AFK
I-
and not playing the game, why are they leadership? Why
Because
would
the
Kigali
person,
CEO he hasn't logged in?
well,
Because they have
and
to
that
stay classy.
because the person whose job it was to shit can people under his authority who weren't doing their job was also AFK.
I think also trust
It's
issues.
called autopilot. That's what Brave ran on for years and years and years.
I think trust issues probably have a large part in it as well, given like the cap director ended up being a spy at some point, and like just Brave's fear of people being
And the
spies.
many coups.
Yeah. Do you ever watch the movie Click with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how like when he would fast forward through time, his body would still live, but it wouldn't be living like well. It would kind of just be surviving, doing the bare minimum. That was Brave until we had our shakeup and replaced all these AFK figureheads with people that were actually going to do their jobs.
Thing is,
And
so,
I have nothing against people like Nancy or Dunk or Kigali or Norman, because they did the jobs for many years, and they took us through some pretty shitty times coming out of Aquarius and then living in Fade and then coming down to Catch but we had many opportunities for growth during that time, especially when things in Eve were so abundant that we squallered and we didn't really take advantage of because of the fact that the decision makers and the shakers and movers were basically not doing their jobs. It's unfortunate, but you know, it took a war and it took a couple evictions for people to realize, oh shit, maybe we should actually keep our alliance from dying. And now things are changing for the better, and I'm glad to see it go that way because I was pretty much at my wit's end as well, as far as putting any more time into this alliance.
There are definitely some names there that I was really glad. Like, I was really happy to see out people like. I've totally forgotten his name now, and that makes me a horrible person. Do you want to see now? That's it,
Ariadne. Well, yeah, Ari was long overdue for a command position. Chief of operations for the alliance.
I made
IC.
Ariadne's job in Brave really fucking hard. Like, I was probably the most difficult FC he had to deal with, and I feel really bad for it.
And also Navarin as well.
Go to Brave Slack. Go to Brave Slack because I know y'all got a fucking spy in Brave, and go to lobby and just type in leadership.
So this is talking about
that's
Brave
the new
leadership number 20.
I didn't know leading NPCs was so complicated.
Fucking
What is this, frat?
I mean, the difference between like an actual bot, just orbiting an Ishtar and a Brave line member, is at least the frat bot has space to crab in. I don't see anything else.
They have a constellation.
Yeah, my old space is quite nice, apparently.
At least the frat bot won't fit fucking faction CBOs in the mids of his mutant.
Who's that a jab at?
A guy in Brave.
All right.
You might know him. Knight. Or no, it's not Knight, but it's one of the Mayhem guys.
Oh, you've done him there, mate.
Oh, Mayhem! What
the
a
Mayhem
great addition
people
to Brave.
are so mad at Diva and Local.
They're good.
Like,
they're getting good though.
They're getting good though. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a genuine question.
They're definitely they're product of their environment, right? Because they came to nullsec. Where do they move? Impasse. What do? They fucking crabbed all day. So they had a very bad start to what Brave was intended to be versus what we've become over years and years and years of just sucking that tit. So being in Aquarius or being in Geminate and now being in Pureblind and a lot of we've definitely trimmed a lot of the fat away from the alliance because they simply don't have space to crab. So they're doing other things to pass their time and make their subscriptions worthwhile, which means we're getting a much better PvP mentality, and I'm hoping that retains as we start taking more space and start getting the ability to crab again. But we'll see how it goes.
Is
So
pressing
why
F1
has-
in Munins like worth paying £15 a month though?
No.
Probably not. Depends on what floats your boat.
You got to think of your F12s and your F2s or whatever it was that Matani used to say.
Was it? Yeah. You can't just be pressing F1. You got to press F2. That was his push for multi-boxing, wasn't it? Is that what they were going on about with that? Yeah.
It was actually really interesting when I got my spy into goons and like reading some of that stuff, and I was thinking like, wow, Brave is an utter shit show compared to this leadership. Like, Matani's a fucking asshole, but at least he knows how to like lead.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Goons run like a well-oiled machine, and despite even at that state of the war, they were trucking. Like they hadn't lost logistics guys. They hadn't really lost FCs. Someone just lost a Moloch on a Vanquisher, apparently.
I'll get that up.
That's it's a long time ago, isn't it? It's Alana.
Oh yeah, no, these are old kill mails. Never mind.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, holy shit.
The one thing that's really surprised me in terms of alliances and capabilities and whatnot, since moving from Brave to Horde, Pangrab, I got dropped on yesterday by goons. It was fantastic. That was a bit of a rush in the morning. But how effective Pangrab is, and basically they just have their super capital up, like
What the fuck is
super capital fleet up.
Pangrab?
It's their like it's
Pan
their
crab.
crab. It's their crab defense fleet. So they've just got a super fleet up all the time. Like whenever it's green, they've got a super cap fleet up. So capitals and shit can go out and crab. And if they get tackled, the super fleet drops. And the amount of times that I've seen just the super fleet drop and they haven't even bothered pinging for subs, and we've managed to push off whoever it was attacking. It's
pretty-
really, really great and really effective. Like I never saw anything quite like that in Brave.
Seems
They don't
pretty
have
sketchy.
it.
I don't know how-
to drop.
Well,
Goons
no,
squad, mate.
they don't have any NPC null around them. They're very much geographically isolated from just random dread bombs in NPC stations.
Yeah, but that's
Also-
a non-factor because dread bombs don't exist in EVE 2021. They're so expensive that they're not worth doing. Like
No, but I mean, talking about catching him when Brave actually could capital
If-
wrap and
if
stuff.
they-
which was probably back in.
If your alliance has a critical mass where you can form a standing fleet of supers basically around the clock and not worry about anyone who's also online at that time that can form a whaling fleet to properly engage and kill your supers, then yeah, go
Yeah.
to town. But that's such a niche. You know, you're
Oh, it is.
you're talking about like two alliances in the game, maybe three, that can
That has
actually
the
do that.
capability of doing that. Yeah.
I think there's only like 3 or 4 groups in the game who can do it. Also, hang on, there's some people in the chat asking about lack of representation on the show. Like, also anymore, like Trash Talk Tuesday is still a thing. This is just going to be an EU version of it. I want more like diverse representation. So if you know anyone from PL or NC, like try and get them on. Like more than happy.
Didn't you
to,
also
like,
ask
interview
like a bazillion goons and all of them said no?
I literally
get-
spent the last 2 Trash Talk Tuesdays asking, and Carmen spent like 20 minutes trying to get Darkshines to come on, but yeah, we just like haven't heard back. I feel like if this actually becomes like a recurring thing, then we'll be able to get some more
We should
diverse
get Pittsburgh on here, and he can tell us how he
Yeah.
plans to invade Test.
people. We've got that as a potential topic. Actually, we should discuss that now.
Yeah, after you, good
So-
host.
how
Let
much,
me,
how much of that
bring
post was
that.
actually a meme? Because some people have been saying that it's a meme and it's not true, and then
Redline told me it's true, and NSH are coming to invade Test. And my message to NSH as a line member of Test is fucking bring it.
I think it's going to be very fun.
Yeah.
Like some more content
mean-
around here.
the fact that Wally is Wally still in NSH on his
No.
name? Is someone logged in?
He isn't. I don't think so.
Damn, sure would be a shame if someone started flying griffins around your space when you're trying to entosis your iHubs.
I don't think it
Wonder
would
where we
take
learned
us-
that trick from.
I don't think it would take us 4 hours to deal with those griffins so shattered. Yeah, I guess
No,
sore topic.
But you, that's one corp. What do you think of one alliance?
Yeah, but like
I-
Brave is
if
the
I-
size
I
of
could-
one
I-
larger
Oh my god, I was thinking about it too, about how violent it would be to have like put out a call to train up Griffin Alpha tunes and just start seeding them into Outer
Shout out.
Passage.
Please do.
Half
I
your
would have
alliance.
so much fun.
Shadow,
Shattered
half
sounds
your
like something you
alliance is-
can Sounds like something you can talk to Jinx about getting Alpha Army into.
Half your alliance is already essentially Alpha Griffin alts. To be fair.
Oh my god.
Good point. Look, we don't have to train new tunes.
Like, have you seen the composition of like Brave Stratop fleets? Like, you'll go in and you'll look at it. And there'll
Atrons.
be 120 people in fleet, and there'll be 20 Munins, 3 Simis, 1 Claymore, and like 90 Atrons.
Our Atrons will blot out the sun.
I mean, the Atron is the mascot of Brave, so
Yeah.
I thought it was a salvager.
Such a staple.
I would
I
definitely
think
be
our Doctrine
interested.
Atron does actually have a salvager on it.
genuinely, there was one day. So I was part of the SRP team in Brave, and there was one day I was going through all the SRP and I was just chilling in Stan comms, Dunk Dinkles in comms as well. So I asked him if a malediction has apps is just completely shit fit but has a load of salvages and died on a strat up, should I give him SRP? And he was like, "Yep, give him double SRP." So I just gave him double SRP there and then.
Fuck.
It's brilliant. I then denied his next SRP request, so it kind of balanced out.
So yeah, we have this post from NSH, or from Bob from NSH, saying that Anna and Wally were voted out of NSH, and there's a screenshot of Anna being in snuff now, and basically Pittsburgh has declared his intentions to launch a campaign on Test Alliance. Get ready, Villy, we coming.
Is Villy even in test anymore?
He is still in test.
He's still there.
He's
just
he's
a
in
line member now, isn't he?
retirement.
No, he's basically doing a bunch of core PvP, like small gang, but he's not really that involved in. Well, he is
Is he
involved.
still
but
like?
he's
Is
not-
he still like a Strat FC or?
Yeah, he's still Mall Director.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's still high command, you know.
Oh yeah, he's like what the hell's the word we use? When we shit canned all our old leadership but kept them in the command channel.
Basically, a legacy member of.
Emeritus, that's the word.
But yeah, I think it'll be really interesting if NSH come and try and fight Test.
I mean, someone has to after Goons constantly saying "Test is next, Test is next, Test is next," and then not really fighting
and then
Test.
saying Test is now. Yeah, although
Yeah.
like apparently they're invading like in January. Apparently, I'd like
I
to
mean-
see it, but I'm not convinced.
I mean,
we all
according to
know-
Goons, the war isn't over, so they haven't won yet.
Yeah.
We all know that one of Goon's favorite pastimes is moving goalposts. So why are any of us
if we're
surprised by
gonna
this?
speak of the war, you know what's coming up in like a month?
Please don't.
What's
a-
coming up in a month?
A certain Test Alliance FC betting against a certain Goon shit poster that all of the structures in 1DQ would be dead in 6 months.
There's still time, okay? We can still take 1DQ on.
Never not believed.
Yeah, I believe. We won the war, guys. Like, within the yellow of the game, we won the war, okay?
Did he just say 1DQ or 1DQ1, etc.? Like,
Yeah.
maybe he meant another 1DQ.
I don't
Yeah.
think there is any.
Alright, let's see what else we got.
Is this where we go onto CC and we find that there are no structures left in 1DQ1 on the test server, and Cassandrin's just gone in there and deleted all of them?
Yeah.
Someone
And that's
someone
what he was
did
actually
bash-
talking about the whole time.
Someone did bash the 1DQ keep star on this test server. It just
So yeah, there was a post on Reddit this week from someone saying that they missed the war, and like I definitely agree with that. I think some of the people on Tuesday were echoing those sentiments.
why though? Like,
Because
the
it
war
was
just garbage
there was
content.
some really good content in there.
But it killed the rest of the game, like flat out. The fact that the entire fucking 90% of the active player base was sitting in Delve and 99% tie-dye, slamming F1 and then saying, "Oh, our team better than your space team," Tether Swarm, and then shit like that.
There
And
were
the
some
rest of the game
really
isn't-
good fights in there though. Like some of them were
This-
really boring. Yeah, there was some tie-dye bullshit, but there were some really good skirmishes as well.
It kills the rest of the game.
Like, to be fair, I think that war is very unique because obviously, like, we believed the entire
I
server
mean,
and went after
This was
goons.
this was the second time that happened, but
Rip.
And
Anyway,
also, the
like,
game is kind of dying on its own anyway. Like, the player base is at an all-time low, apparently.
I think the next war is going to be interesting, though. I don't think anything's going to happen as a result of, like, the RHP Volta stuff, but, like, there's definitely some, like, stuff changing, and there's the stuff going on with Wrecking Crew, and Sedo seemingly being pretty AFK, and looks like Dreadbomb might just, like, die soon.
And also, there are so many groups now that are just kind of migrating from smaller alliances into some of the bigger alliances. I think that's going to...
You say that like it hasn't been happening for the past 5 years.
Well, it has been happening, obviously, but it's just getting more and more noticeable now that the war is over, and, you know...
You understand why, though? Like, it's
Yeah,
hard
because
being a
smaller
small
alliances
dude.
just get absolutely stomped on by who's bigger. And to do
Yeah,
anything
like-
in this game, you always
like-
need that bigger fish.
Shadowed is an expert on evicting small alliances.
You know what I really want
Yeah,
to
like
chat?
that time we tried to evict Simple Farmers because that worked out so well.
When we were in Curious, I really wish we would have been able to evict Sentinel Dawn. That would have been the best content ever, but no.
Oh yeah.
Sentinel
Something-
Dawn
something
doesn't
valued
even
ally?
fucking exist.
Well, now they don't know. But...
Well, hey, no, it's still
Like,
existing in
Reticuli
Epic
forming
Leagues.
his brand new alliance. Like, where is he now? He's in, like, Vindy, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's in Invictus.
no, he's in Vindy, isn't he?
Wouldn't he?
It's Vindy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
the funniest
on
thing ever.
October 25th,
Same energy.
For the last however long, he's been proclaiming himself as an alliance leader, and he's not been an alliance leader since he got accepted into Brave. Like, it's so fucking funny.
Hey,
And it was never his intention to actually
I'll let
reform
you
his
know
alliance. It
that
never
You
was.
can't. You can't really say that he was ever an alliance leader. Let's be honest. He was pretty
wait,
bad at.
but this is blasphemy. Spectral Hex has 3 active PvPs on Zkill. They're the backbone of Vindictive.
And most of those kills are going to be on Sinos.
Yeah,
Indie
he's-
Yeah,
Sinos.
they were kind of salty. They got kicked out of Brave, so they started ganking our industrial sinos and lowsec.
It wasn't just yours though, was it? It was like everyone's, right?
No,
Yeah.
Ratatouille had a phase of just living in Lone Trek and killing benches.
I mean, me and Mav successfully baited one of his members and murdered him. It was so satisfying.
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to be Reticuli, but oh well. He's not even flying the Belingi Tengu anymore. Like, he's gone and, like, he's got a Povo Tengu now, probably, because the Belingi one died. But yeah, I think, I don't know, I'm looking forward to some more Wars, like, time content. Like, I started playing in Feb, and the stuff I got to do in Brave as an FC because of the war we were in, even I shared, like, you didn't want to, like, let me become a Skirm FC because you worried that the war wasn't going to be a good environment for someone to learn to FC in. Like, it was fucking awesome, and, like, more of that content would be nice. Just, like, maybe not against, like, goons or, like, a massive donut. Like, some smaller stuff.
What smaller stuff, though? Why are you going to do that?
Well, I mean, if NSH comes and invades us, like, I'm sure there'll be some good content there. I don't know. Like,
Will it, though? How many people are in NSA?
probably like 2. Let me go look.
They're really small, man.
139 active people in the last 7 days. So, like, yeah, with like a couple of bat phones, like, they can probably like.
Oh, I mean, test of 678. I mean, is scale even relevant when you're getting to that highly outnumbered?
I think with a bat phone or 2, you can probably engage with a high skill player base, and like if you've got people multi-boxing as well, like I think it's possible. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe some other people have ideas on what they think like the next war is gonna look like.
I reckon next war is going to be kind of a Cold War scenario between Frat and AOM. I'd
Hasn't
so
that
love it
been
if that was
going on
okay.
the whole time?
That's not cold at all. That's very hot war.
We also have I've got a battle report to bring up. Hang on. Someone in chat is shit talking me about saying how I'm gonna bat phone. I'm not in no Sesnia, buddy, but yeah.
You don't need a bat phone. You're blue to horde. Just tell them to come show up for a timer
No.
or ask them.
I don't think we'll need that. Like, especially not against no
Trying to
Sesnia.
sage.
Yeah. Alright, let me bring up this there we go.
Needing to bat phone is almost completely irrelevant if people actually do it. It's just they're scared to lose, so they'll bring 7-to-1 numbers.
Here we go.
Also, I've just been called out in my Corp Discord for dropping my carrier on a fleet whilst being in here.
That's pretty dumb, Cal. So we've
that's
got
great.
this.
That's elite, man.
We've got this battle report of fraternity and some other. I'm not sure this is 100% accurate because it's got Mango and fraternity on the same side, but yeah, fraternity versus like Evictus, and Evictus dropped some carriers, and there were some dreads, and yeah. Anyone in here know anything about this? Maybe Aquila?
What would I know?
I don't know. You seem to know some stuff. Catherine, like, you found the BR, maybe you can talk about it?
My audio is dying right now, dude.
Amazing. Okay, well, big fight happened. People died. Let's go on to the next topic.
Let me get the BR 1 sec.
Alright. We
Are
can
we talking
discuss...
about this fight from yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Thomas's Calgary fleet, we went into a toilet paper ESL.
No, it was a different one.
Yeah, the carrier one.
We had Calgals.
No, with the carriers, dude.
No, the BR.
Oh, the carrier BR, dude. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, you know, the one that you linked me and said we could discuss on the show?
Yeah, all I'm going to say is Evictus are running Serbs with Jamgoos, dude. So I'm not sure what swap with that.
Jam Serbs or just Serbs alongside Jam Goose?
Serbs alongside Jamgoos.
Interesting choice.
Where should I post it?
Yeah, like heavy assault.
Wait, is this a Oh god, these are AB Serbs.
Oh yeah. Or if you're running, if you're running Serbs with Jam Goose, like,
You have to, yeah,
yeah.
but like Overdrive AB Serbs.
I think they like fail jumped a Titan in and tried to save it.
Oh god. And yeah, Jam Goose.
Yeah, they're
Jamgoos are
trying to get rid
disgusting.
of the hit points on it, I think.
Well, on the Titan.
Yeah.
I guess they saved it though. If it's not on the BR.
Any hick losses on the BR?
One broadsword.
Yeah, that's probably how it got out then.
One broadsword enough to pin a Titan down.
I'm not seeing a broadsword.
Like on the battleship part, you
Facilities.
gotta scroll down.
Yeah, I could try to search for it.
Have you expanded it at the
That way,
bottom?
you know, it's a Drake Navy's foe.
There's a lot of stuff here.
There you go. Expand the extra 45 participants and then search for it.
Nope. I'll just
Okay.
take your word for it that there was a broadsword there, Catherine.
I can screenshot it if you want to.
You could just link me the loss of the broadsword.
Want to talk about ESS changes? Fuck those.
What's this BR for, Thomas? Like another fight?
That's the one with the carriers. So that's with Jam Jukes, Jam Tengus, whatever they're called.
Oh, okay.
Wait, is FKF joined Evictus now?
His core parts, yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh wait, that wasn't the one with the.
No.
So
this
is Evictus blue to blech. Are they blue to Citadel's Dread Bomb or
Yeah, they're part of their own coalition, which is called PIBC.
Yeah, I believe I have been for a while.
Yeah, but they work with RC, so they are blue. Fucking RC is literally like Legacy 2.0. They live in exactly the same space with exactly the same blues.
Oh yeah. I think it's kind of funny that RC,
Fuck
that Dreadbomb joined RC, and now Dreadbomb is the dominant power in that alliance.
Dominant power is an interesting way to describe Dreadbomb. Like, they're not,
Dominant.
Well, they've done their own thing, but they've expanded much more than RC ever would have
and now
without
they're
them.
overextended and like struggling to hold space.
I mean, that the amount of space they hold, we used to have that divvied up across what, 5 alliances?
Yeah. It makes sense.
But they wanted to not become one of the they most of the people that made up the initial kind of recruitment pool for Dreadbomb, and when they left and they started doing their own thing after joining RC, is they were getting away from the big blocks, and now they basically become another big block and a part of a larger coalition that's fighting another large coalition. So welcome back to the Blue Donut, I guess.
Yeah. Became the thing that they didn't want. Just reading through the chat.
It's the only way to survive. When you have to deal with cringy coalitions filled with NPCs pressing F1 immunities.
I mean, being an NPC slamming F1 is the meta in EVE at the moment.
I'm so fucking sick of mutants.
Well, then why are you flying them, Shattered?
I didn't ping that fleet. I told you, dude. If
Just-
FC wants to run a mutant fleet, they can run a mutant fleet, but there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Why did you kill Serbs? Serbs were based.
We're actually bringing him back, which is kind
Oh
of funny.
my god, your line members must fucking hate you.
I mean, no, because they get to fly Serbs. They don't hate me.
Yeah, but
Are you gonna
you
bring
made
Tengus
them.
back?
You made them get rid of the Serbs.
Dude,
And
The
it's so
problem,
much-
the problem is we were getting better use out of the Eagles at the final days of Delve Aquarius, because they basically did what Ferox did, but better. So I thought, okay, yeah, we'll keep the Eagles, we'll keep running the Eagles, and then we never ran them because anytime we needed Eagles, we would have rather had Feroxes because we get more DPS.
Why do
Shadow, are you
line
gonna
users
bring back
care what they
Tengus?
fly? Like, can
Fuck
someone
no, that
explain to
fucking
me
Tengu Doctrine is stupid.
what is the difference between setting approach on FC, locking targets, and slamming F1 in a mutant, and hitting approach on the FC, locking targets, and slamming F1 in a sub?
Not much.
There's nothing.
I mean, it's all the hack meta, but that's the meta, and it's one thing for Brave as an alliance to go it alone and not ally ourselves with one of the major coalitions like Frat or Goons or fucking Fire or RC, but it's
Why
another
didn't
thing
you list
altogether.
Test?
Who?
You didn't list Test.
Oh, because they're not a coalition.
Oh,
They're
yeah. Okay, fine.
horde pets.
We're not
Depending on
horde
who you ask.
pets.
I mean, Brave is Volta Pets. They couldn't take the space if they didn't have the NIP.
I heard they charge you less
I-
than they did RHP, actually.
I doubt. I have some questions about that. So this is a discussion we had on Tuesday too, and it was going fine until Sandrin came in and then she became a big fucking pile of spurg. But we were talking about how to, it's diplomacy does not constitute allegiances or being a pet of a particular group. Diplomacy is just it's a normal part of the game. And talking nullsec politics, nullsec alliances,
Yeah.
where this isn't like fucking 2012 where anytime someone moves in, they're immediately in a bitter war for survival with everyone else. No, we people are the game has chilled out a lot. The nullsec meta doesn't necessarily, you don't want to be in a fights for survival from day one because long term there's a bigger fish out there that will eventually come knocking.
Yeah,
And you
shut
want to
up.
be at the point where you want to have good relationship with your neighbors because one day one of you might be crashing on the other one's couch.
Shattered, I think you misunderstood. I'm not saying that, like, blobbing up and being blue with your neighbors is not the meta, because it clearly is and has been for years. I'm saying that Brave is on the ropes for its survival, or at least it was, and the reason that they fucking are surviving in Pureblind is because Volta are letting them.
Yes, but
Like-
what interest does Volta have in crushing Brave as we're trying to set up shop right next to them when that could be one of the best sources of content for them close to home that they could ask for, aside from, farming RHP like they're doing right now.
I tend to like shooting people in a PvP video game. I don't know about
Yeah,
you.
exactly. So even groups like Snuffed Out, like Snuff could have, they've been memeing around and we've been fighting them in a UTZ, USTZ, and they've been bringing some pretty spicy comps. But like, if they seriously wanted, and they don't have any interest in fighting in nullsec, but if they actually wanted to come kick Brave's ass and not allow us to actually get a foothold in Pureblind, they easily could have done so. They just didn't.
I honestly doubt that. Like Snuff's strength is low sec, where they leverage high grade amulet, armor battleships, and faxes, which doesn't really work in direct cap range of Frat, where like fucking armor battleships don't work. You just have to bring hacks because you just get bombed and bubbled and die.
Yeah,
Like,
some of the
because-
doctrines I've been seeing out of Volta that they're using on RHP definitely leads me to think that RHP have just given up.
Yeah, RHP have given up. They're not defending their space anymore.
Well,
in their alliance, if there was a news blackout, and then they're not going to like start talking about any of the massive amounts of structures they're losing because they're shit.
I find it, right.
They very much, unless you're buying into the conspiracy theory, they very much dug their own grave.
I find it quite ironic that Brave have had to blue everyone to get a new foothold within the game. As being one of the null blocks that drives small groups out, just like Geminate. It's the same bullshit that we all have to suffer through.
Yeah.
And you try and spin it as a diplomatic sort of vibe. It's just kind of amusing to me. The only reason you've been let in is to be farmed
I just
for
want to
content.
point out that Weather Lion, RHP said Weather Lions were bringing 60 to 80 guys, and they proceeded to bring 15.
I want to hear what Shad's response to Scrapyard is. I think that was a very well made point.
Well, as I said, we haven't actually blued anybody since moving into Pureblind.
No, you've just made a non-invasion pact with them so that nothing of consequence can happen. Totally different.
I mean, you already kicked Figgle out straight after giving Frat more bot space in Geminate, so...
Yeah. Like, are you really going to argue, oh, we didn't blue them, we just have an agreement with them where we're not going to go after Sov structures or anything that matters?
Yes, that's how NIPs work.
But, like, you can't...
We could have come in to Fade, and with Fraternity's backing, we could have pushed Volta out of the region.
Sorry, you couldn't have.
No,
But
EU Frat did absolutely nothing, mate.
Shattered, I think you know my opinions of you, and like EU Frats FCs are worse than you. Like BJK, hello? This man tried to fit fucking scrams on Munins.
Oh god.
Mhm. You know the shield tank ship which has 4 mids?
Well, I mean, you could technically armor fit a Munin.
I think that
I wouldn't recommend it, but
like I understand what Brave is doing. Like living
Armor
next
fit
to
AB mutants.
living next to Volta and like having that content there makes sense. And saying to them like,
The
"Hey,
thing is,
we won't
Volta-
fuck with yourself if you don't fuck with us." Like it's convenient
Brave-
for both, right? But
that's a nice thing. The only difference is size compared to Brave and the other groups living in Pureblind right now, because they're all very content-focused groups. They want PvP, they want fights, and that's the one thing that keeps Brave alive, is a steady stream of content coming right to our front door. So, barring any situations where we need to ally ourselves with a major coalition and become one of the many, many pets of Fraternity or PanFam or Goons or
I would argue
RC.
that would
What?
only need to happen if you decided to get involved in another major war, and I really, really hope that Brave chooses
Well, it's not
to do that.
as though we're not making preparations, because everyone knows that the current peace is not going to last long.
Right,
Anyone that's
but you
doing any
don't
real
need
strategic
to-
planning, no, you don't need to be part of a coalition, but it also doesn't mean you burn every bridge you got on the way out.
No, but you also don't need to get involved
Large
in
alliances,
the war, right? Like,
yeah, but large alliances, any large alliance in the game, it's just the food chain, right? You maintain contacts with other large alliances because when shit when push comes to shove and the entire fucking entirety of nullsec is on fire again in 2 years, everyone's going to be asked to pick a side, and you can either stay out of the fight. You have that option, and Brave has that option because we're not bound by coalition ties anymore. We're not going to be told by some obscure overlord, hey, we're now going to war for Delve, come join the party, or we don't give a shit about your space, we're not going to help you defend your space anymore. Hindsight being 2020, don't worry about how it played out. But by being an independent entity, and yes, diplomacy does happen. That's just a natural part of the game. A small group like small alliance like Flying Dangerous. I wasn't happy about pushing them out of their space, but they had space. We needed space, and we needed space that was going to be far enough from other alliances that we wouldn't be. Nobody would point the finger and say, "Oh, they're just frat pets."
I think the preposition that like the agreement with Volta is like a two-way. We don't shoot your structures, you don't shoot ours. I mean, that's what's I'm sure is written down in it, but like the reality of the situation is Brave can't do
that was
anything
only during the duration of our invasion of Pureblind. That doesn't actually count after the fact.
So yeah,
it's not a nip at the level of what Legacy and Goons had agreed to, for example.
So are you saying that when Brave has a foothold in Pureblind, the agreement is going to be reneged on?
Well, I'm not entirely sure how that's going to play out. We still have a lot of work to do to actually take Pureblind. At least the parts of it that we're interested in taking at this time.
You mean the parts which Walter are letting you take?
No, just the parts that we're taking at this time, which is the Bandit Log systems and the Flying Danger systems.
Well, I'm personally looking forward to putting down more Athanors.
Oh no. Sorry, this fresh gank channel is getting really spicy. Speaking of Cal.
Hi.
Speaking of this so-called
oh my god,
Horde super cap our standing fleet. They just managed to lose a fucking Revenant.
That's not fucking Horde standing fleet.
And a Vendetta.
That's the same.
That actually did
I actually know
happen?
about it.
Oh my lord!
The dude who fed
just
the
now.
The dude who fed the Moloch and the Vanquisher. This is him.
10 minutes ago.
But the curious thing is that RSA, and also Sisters, whatever, that blew with him. Like, he's part of that group.
Maybe he's leaving?
I know there was
the Vendetta just turned up too, holy fuck.
I know there was a little while ago some dude kept on feeding shit off the R10 Keepstar because he was leaving the game.
Well, this guy is in Omist.
I was going to say, if it's an Omist, that it's nothing to do with Pancrab.
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a...
Because that's, like, way out of Pancrab's range.
It's an interesting idea, the whole Pancrab thing. But again, it's very much... It's a product of its environment. It's not something you can get you can't just randomly say, oh, my alliance is going to form a standing super fleet, because then you're just going to get baited and lose all your supers.
Someone just made a Reddit post saying just fed 2 more faction supers AMA, and then oops, I did it again. Someone's put shitter, very epic, and moron.
Oops, I did it again.
That's pretty good.
I mean, I just love, like, say Casey, who's part of NSH, constantly like just throwing Thanatos around all the time, and like.
Did you see the
35
bill Pilgrim?
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so good.
Yeah, let me bring that up.
Did you see his curse kill now, dude?
Yeah, this is a 35 bill Pilgrim with all the abyssals that are on it. It's like absolutely insane, and it died to 4 Munins and an Ares. What a depressing way to go to Munins of all ships in the game.
Very poetic.
Oh, wait, is that Casey?
Yeah. He's just memeing about all day. I love it.
Awesome. Yeah. He don't give a fuck anymore.
No.
Not after Legacy died. I don't blame him. Wondering if he'll stay in NSH now that they're going to war with Test.
if whether or not that it's actually gonna happen, I don't know. Like, I'd like it to happen. It would be
You'll see-
enjoyable.
Did you see Pittsburgh getting roasted in the comments on that Reddit thread today?
Yeah, it was pretty spicy. Oh, when did this get? I've got I guess this came from RHP's Discord. And it says situation report from RHP coalition headquarters. And it goes on, day after day, our members on the FC team are doing their best in the fight against an overpowering enemy. Despite massive efforts by Volta and their coalition, we still managed to score strategic small victories in delaying Volta's advance. Jesus Christ, this sounds like a Dunk Dinkle Sota. As mentioned before, reinforcements are on their way to us, and some have already arrived. We can announce that another 30 to 40 elite PvP players.
Oh my god, no, this
from
isn't
all over
anything
the
Dunk would
world.
write.
Oh,
This is some
yeah.
RP bullshit you read in fucking Faction Warfare is what you read.
Yeah, fair
We have
enough.
called in our special forces to defeat the enemy with extreme prejudice. Nothing will stand in our way as we carve a path to victory.
I hope it's not referring to Biko
playing a
either.
fucking 20-year-old video game for fucking neckbeards. Relax.
No offense to B-Crow, but there is not 30 to 40 elite PvPers in B-Crow. Soon on their way and will join the fighting. Furthermore, the Red Alliance has promised 60 to 80 PvP players who are already on their way to us. You know these guys are a fucking crab alliance when they refer to people who go and join fleets as PvP players. Anyway, there are still further requests which we are currently exploring and sorting. I guess that's the keep stuff thing. It's good to see that we are not alone and that our forces are going day by day to make it as difficult as possible for the enemy. It almost seems as if a coalition against Volta and their allies is emerging and slowly forming. Good prospects for an exciting war. Alright, so this was put out on the 18th, so 10 days ago. I guess that war isn't happening, given that no one is contesting any of our RHP structures and they're all just fucking dying. RHP blew 21 alliances. Boring. The rate of branching through to fraternity territory is open and can be used for transport. Please remain alert. Boring. And then they had a meeting on the 22nd. And yeah.
And the thing is, I mean, RHP don't really stand much of a chance when you're fighting, because I mean they are self-admittedly a predominantly industrial alliance.
They were
Like,
renters. They were paying.
Yeah,
they were
exactly.
paying Volta, and they were paying Frat at the same time to leave them alone while they're living in Declan.
It's amazing. But yeah, so they're like self-admittedly
They're
crabbers
completely
anyway.
delusional,
Like, they don't
thinking
have
They
any
wanted-
kind of PvP capability.
They wanted to try to be on their own. They wanted to strike out and break away from their fucking former masters, but they weren't ready and they had no idea how to actually do it. And now their alliance is going to die because of it, or at least they're not going to be living in Nullsec for much longer.
I don't think they'll. Yeah, I don't think their alliance will necessarily die. I think there'll be some people that keep it going, but I think they will join another coalition. I think they'll just have to move somewhere else.
It's a bit late for that. Like, surely you would have wanted to do that much earlier on.
I hear Outer Passage is great horde renter space.
Yikes. Yikes. I don't spend much time in OP, I must admit. I spend most of it in your staging Shattered.
UV2?
I have not really been playing much. I started playing again like a couple of weeks ago, and I've mostly just been memeing on Brave.
I'm kind of worried about Diva right now because I logged in my eyes in FiZ last night, and the only people in local were Digbick and Sandrin. So Sandrin.
I mean, if we
do you think they've gotten bored of it already?
No, like, we haven't got bored. Like, there are plenty more Astra houses to come, for sure. We just need to be able to deal with the, I think, 17 meanings with, like, the 25 dudes we have. You know, like...
I mean, you're deploying a corp against a 12,000 man alliance. I don't know what you're expecting to happen.
We do obviously expect to be blobbed, yeah, and that's why we're heavily multi-boxing and flying like interesting doctrines.
So
but
you're heavily multi-bloxing, you're flying T3Cs, and you're spamming structures. Where have I heard this before?
Like as much, I mean, going back to Gemnet and things like because Gemnet was actually a fuck ton of fun. I really enjoyed it in terms of the fighting and stuff. And as much as people don't like Tishu for, I mean, they're basically neo-Nazi behavior and outlook and everything. But they, as a PvP group, really knew how to punch way above their weight. Like the comps and stuff that they would fly, like how they flew was like I do admire that ability
They were
to punch
no,
up. Like
they had people that could fly doctrines, and they didn't take fights they couldn't win. The only deficiency that we had fighting them is our FCs didn't know how to take fights they couldn't win, and they would just feed. If you're fighting, if you're on a grid and they're already engaging you, you need to fucking rethink your actions because they're only taking a fight they think they can win. They're not taking a real risk. They're looking at this. They're sizing up the matchup, barring any like hidden tricks you have up your sleeve. If what you're fielding is what you've undocked and they've seen that and they're fighting you, it means they think they can win the fight, which means you're in trouble because you probably made a mistake as an FC. And good FCs, like block level competitive FCs that want to actually like pad their kill board and but aren't really the kind to take risks, will do that. Though that's what makes them good FCs is because they don't lose fights because they only take fights they can win.
We're willing to take risks and like have some fight. We simply can't take a fight against 70 units with 25 people. Like I think like unless we were to bat phone or we were to or your numbers were to go down a little bit, we've like considered adjusting time zones and stuff. But like we're definitely not done. But also like we're not like bitter enough just to structure spam for like weeks on end, right? Like I imagine if it gets boring, then we'll stop doing it, right? Like we're there for good content and good fights, and I'm not gonna lie, the mayhem local insult is fucking hilarious and really enjoyable to watch. Like keep it classy, boys. But
I'd roll my eyes anytime someone gets salty and local because it's just you're picking a fight with a pig, right? It's gonna drag you down to their level and win with experience, and they'll enjoy it.
Yeah, and we can just say keep it classy and local and know that they're getting infinitely mad. But yeah,
and that's the thing. Like anytime, because again, I said it earlier, Braves stay classy motto is merely a tool for leadership to censor whoever the fuck they want. Because I mean, apart from a fairly small number of people who actually do stay classy and will try and keep things classy in terms of not shit talking and all of that sort of shit. Like, but as soon as you start trash talking people in local, that's when like you are absolutely like not even abiding by your own kind of motto.
Gamers, man. That's how they.
What else are
how
you
they
supposed to do in 10% tie-dye, man?
The Vendetta and
That's true.
Revenant that died, both they were lost.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I mean, Alana is the guy who owns both of them, and he was in RSA. They wanted to kill him. I assume he left, but nope, he was still blue with them and they walked him.
Wow.
That's nuts.
But yeah, talking about like taking risks and feeding and stuff, and with Tissue only fighting if they think they can win and whatnot. Pretty sure you took quite a few fights up against some Shattered.
I mean, we got a few good dunks out of him, but
You
again,
also
most
had
of
a
it
couple
came
of
down.
feeds
Oh,
yourself.
feeds? Oh, I feed plenty.
Yeah.
I'm
was
not a
gonna
good
say.
FC. I've never claimed to be a good FC in this game.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm kind of one of those ones that where like, those who can't do teach, and so I've taught my FCs, and they actually wind up winning a lot more fights than I would because they're, they have good instructor. But I'm never gonna claim to be a good FC in this game.
It does D up in the fleet.
Oh, that one guy, that just joined Brave not too long ago involves, or he kind of just got himself in the limelight because he started making some very, very good YouTube videos.
Oh, dude, like,
Wait, is
I
this
Did you
the
actually
one
see-
that was
did
like
you see-
5 minutes of him killing like 2 ships?
Did you see the bloopers one?
No, I'll have
The
to watch
Brave
it.
bloopers? Oh, it's so fun.
I haven't watched all of his videos, but the ones that I have watched, I have actually really enjoyed. I think they're quite good.
Holy fuck, these like kill mails are pretty nutty. How much of these is like even worth a Quella?
Revenant Hall is probably like 260 bill. Vendez a little less.
Yeah, that's a lot of Iskies.
The video is just 2 minutes of me yelling at my dictator pilots,
Hang
but
on,
hey,
I'll,
you can't argue with
play
results.
it.
There's someone in my corp
have to play it on
chatted
stream.
that has made quite a few like recordings of fleets and stuff. He's currently putting together a shattered soundboard, and I've seen a preview of it, and it's pretty damn epic.
Wasn't somebody already working on a soundboard for like?
FCing, like an entire FC soundboard, right? Like, so you could just FC by pushing a button? Or is that
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, no, one of the things that I always wanted to, because you remember the GigX soundboard, right?
Oh god, yeah.
I wanted to take the GigX soundboard and run a fleet just like a Rome, using just GigX sound clip. Unfortunately, some of them were pretty unclassy,
Yeah.
because like he tells people to like kill themselves and stuff, so I can't actually use it in a Brave fleet, but maybe someone else can.
Can you imagine if someone started doing that in a Brave fleet? Like, the fucking shock of people in the fleet would be wild. Like, as toxic as some of the local is sometimes, like, there's definitely not that level of toxicity in Brave. Which is good.
Great trash talk, man. Loving this
Yeah.
trash talk show.
Yeah, alright, fine.
I was gonna say, like,
Brave
going
are a
along
bunch of
this-
shitters and we're gonna exterminate them. Are you happy?
It's my
Like,
fault.
I
It's my
actually-
fault. I'm too good at quenching fires.
Yeah.
I'm not good for trash talk.
Lol.
I'm also too fucking polite. Those damn Canadians.
I am gonna be totally honest though, and just say like I
Those
actually
damn
do
Canadians.
miss being in Brave. Like some of the fights that we had in Brave were actually really damn fun, and I would quite like to do the PV deployment.
I
But
would
at the same
See-
time, I'm also glad that
see,
I'm not in Brave.
I fucking
because
knew
of
this
the
was gonna
leadership.
happen. We're trying to do a trash talk show in EUTZ, and the Euros don't know how to trash talk worth a damn.
Yeah, we're all too nice to each other.
Yeah. I would have stayed in Brave if it wasn't
I
for
gotta get-
like the bad leadership and like Paul.
Yeah.
Just like fuck
should get-
Paul.
We should get the professionals on, like Goons and
Yeah, we gotta get Rain in here,
I
and she'll
tried.
fucking show you guys how to trash talk.
I tried, man. Like no one from Imperium has like answered. Carmen was meant to come on. Carmen would have been good at like trash talking. Mav trying to excuse what Diva couldn't do, which Javik did solo, is fucking jokes.
Wait, what?
What? Yeah, do you want to elaborate on that? Tasmanian 4?
But also,
Talking about Javik cloaky camping night for like 2 weeks straight, not letting him undock a crabbing ship.
That's
that's fucking amazing.
Oh, that drove him nuts. I was getting angry fucking DMs and I'm being harassed by Javik. He won't stop bloxing me, and
That's
If you
amazing.
think-
no,
If you
he
think-
wasn't Knight. It was somebody in Brave that he was just
Oh,
constantly cloaky camping.
I
Harass
know who it
Brave.
is as well. I know who it is.
Yeah, but it was Javik. As soon as like the day within like 24 hours of B Crow joining Horde, Javik had all his cloaky campers back in Geminate, and he was just blopsing like just mayhem guys for whatever reason all the
I
fucking
don't
time.
blame him. That's pretty
I
funny.
mean, the thing about it as well was that it was just easy. Like you guys, it was Spaceman Jim Rogers, right?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was. It might not be him. It might be some. I don't know
Like,
why that name.
This is
Particular.
this just comes down to that psych thing, where that psychology effect when people that were supposed to be your allies and your brothers in arms, all this other bullshit, suddenly are the ones shooting you and the ones that you need to treat as an enemy, and that just breaks people's brains. This happens at Eve. This happens in other MMOs. This happens in shooters and shit. And it's a really cool. It's one of those things that you can almost write a psych paper on.
You think that's
you
like
care- if you
wild?
cared.
I think like the next level to that of like people flipping sides is Spies, like integrating into a community so deeply that you
The
form
spy,
bonds
yeah.
and then fucking
No,
like
the
flipping on
people
them,
that
like,
do that shit for a
fucking
living,
hell.
because I've known people that do that for a living, and that was how they made their income in Brave. Is they were in other alliances, they would join a corp, and they would get to like positions of like where they had access to hangars and wallets, and then they would just rob the corp blind and walk away.
Yeah.
And yeah, these people are cold. Like they're completely soulless, but the game they're playing and the level of like what they're on is completely different than what anyone else is doing. Like you want to talk about grand strategists and armchair generals and milders planning their big moves for their alliances and running campaigns and fighting in wars, compared to what like spies are doing when they're like infiltrating and planning on how to take down alliances and coalitions based on like it's totally insane the level of gameplay these people are on. It's crazy. I would never be able to do it because the stress would just drive me insane.
I would
But
feel too bad, like knowing that I've just like taken like a
you
bunch
gotta
of that
you
stuff.
gotta have the right mentality before you get into it, because you have to be stone cold to do that sort of thing.
Yeah,
You have
for
to
sure.
actually be soulless. Like,
Wow, nice trash.
I mean, there's
talk.
the stories
Are you
of
soulless or shattered?
pardon?
Wait, I heard some cool leaks. Like yesterday in particular.
Oh, hot
Shattered
leaks?
apparently wanting to join goons.
Wait,
Lo-
what?
Very interesting.
What?
Is this more Pappy Snowden shit?
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
Ooh, that
it's
reminds me.
not-
I gotta change my tags on this new Discord.
You're telling me
Was-
you're not happy
So-
Snowden
so-
shattered?
Was it during the war or?
So apparently, well, I don't have to screenshot, like, otherwise I would get it. But from what I have heard, you're right on a fleet. Maybe Catherine can support me on that one. Shattered
I know
was
who was saying it.
right. Shattered wanted to join goons. I think it was in the war as well. And there's some spicy DMs about it.
Oh, there's always spicy DMs about Brave and what we're doing and
Oh,
who's
I think
flipping and who's leaking and
yeah, there was like some Pappy Snowden leak things of Shattered in DM saying that a smart move for Brave would be to just
Well,
join goons, and it turned out that it was
so-
actually just photoshopped
so
or some sort of
that was
bullshit.
the original Reddit leak. That's where the whole Pappy Snowden thing started, because it was timed up. It was timed up rather nicely because it was right as like it was literally as we were about to announce we were leaving Geminate, I think, is when that first came out. So
yeah, it was.
everyone was getting like 100% convinced that like Brave was just we weren't gonna fucking go through, and they're just gonna be part of another Blue Donut. They're just gonna join like goons or something.
I found that screenshot. It's in New Eden Post Discord.
Yeah, that was the Reddit thread that somebody made look as though I like. And this is funny because this got talked about. There was a meta show podcast that came the week this Reddit thread came out, and it was literally just I think it was Brisk or Merkel and Matani talking about me again for some fucking reason for like 30 minutes. And you know how Mitani was spinning up the whole psycho obsessive FC bit for the entire war, for about like brave, not making smart decisions, and they're riding their train right off the edge of the cliff and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And then this comes out, and he had of course completely forgotten that he'd been drinking his own Kool-Aid for too long, and didn't realize that everything that he had been and all these stories he'd been making up was just bullshit to get his membership to fight this war and to hate Brave more so they would fight harder, because that's how spin works. And then he sees this, and it kind of clicked where like because he didn't even realize that this was fake at the time, right? Because you got to spin it up for your membership, right? Everything that makes the enemy look stupid or weak or whatever works for you. But one, none of this is real. Like, this was just some Photoshop Discord message to, I don't know, make people not trust me or something in Brave. I don't fucking know. Waste of time. But the Pappy Snowden thing's funny because a lot of the supposedly, and I wasn't really tracking anything that was happening on the Pappy Discord at that time because I was a little bit burnt out and focusing on just keeping Brave in one piece. The stuff going on with the Pappy Snowden leaks was happening as Brave had just finished taking queries, because this started happening. When did Pappy Snowden first start leaking? It was like, I don't know, right after M2, I think, right?
I thought it was around when Sinners left NCE, wasn't it? Or was it even before that?
Well, no, because everyone thought it was Brother Bob was the one that was leaking, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when he
The
left,
issue is
Pappy
one of the
Snowden
channels.
first started posting 3 months
but
ago.
the thing is,
The issue
he
channels,
left, and the channels kept leaking. Is the thing.
and one of the channels that got leaked from, he wasn't in, like the dad's
Yeah,
channel.
exactly. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
also not in the dad's channel up until like a week before the war ended.
But the timing does make sense if it was to be you though. Like
Yeah.
leaking from the dad's channel. There was only like 10 or 11 people who were in there, and yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I was not the most popular person in Pappy leadership at the end of the war. So if somebody wanted to throw me under the bus, they 100% could have timed up some leaks with me just so happening to be in the right channel, so I lose plausible deniability. But who knows? I don't particularly care what
You're also
what these
smart
people
enough
think of
to
my opinion.
play that hand, knowing that you have that defense. So I don't know. It's basically going to be impossible to know, right?
but then you're just running into circles where it's like, well, this person could have gone against him, but this person could have anticipated that and prepped their counter. And it's just the stupid chess game thing, right?
Yeah.
Was it what do they call that? That runaround logical fallacy and like Princess Bride and all that.
Never
my
go
God.
up against
Yo.
a Sicilian.
Oh, exactly. But yeah, the Pappy Snowden stuff was pretty funny. I don't like what would Brave ever have to gain from
Well, exactly. Yeah.
throwing Pappy under the bus?
Alright, I just put a straw poll in the chat. Trying to work out if we should do Trash Talk Thursday again. If people want to vote on there.
Are we gonna do some actual trash talk next time?
Try and get some more people to trash talk. Yeah.
I mean, numbers are good. There's a lot of viewers. This is surprisingly good for EUTZ. So.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of
UTC.
I love null blocks.
There's a lot of
all anyone talks about.
players.
So, Akila, what are you doing these days with your time in Eve?
Something interesting, guys. Fucking hell.
Come on, tell us about it.
Come on, Akila, speak up,
He's
mate.
losing to chess.
Killing
This is what I'm
falcons
Thomas.
on stations.
Well,
No,
mostly I
that's-
don't log in because this game's garbage and shit, and anyone who plays it's a moron.
Good
God,
talk,
he's
man.
so right. He's so
Good
right.
chat.
Why do we play this game?
I was going to say, aren't you
Why did-
on a talk show for
Why did
this
I?
game?
Why did I come home from work and rather than take a nap, go on a talk show for 2 hours? Like,
Oh god.
what am I doing with my
At
life?
least it's not as bad as Tuesday where we did like a 4.5 hour show. Honestly,
At least Jeremy's not here.
Jeremy said he's gonna come back before the end, but we'll see.
Oh my god, Jeremy does my nutting. Like, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he doesn't do himself any favors.
I think that's intentional, to be honest, at this point.
Yeah. I think it probably is. I think he's playing a character.
Yeah.
Yes, pineapple belongs on pizza.
Mav.
To the guy in chat.
Yes, Scrap.
How much glue did you sniff before going live?
Quite a bit, actually. Must
Oh,
have.
so, man.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
If there's anything that Mav would be on, I would probably place it as being methamphetamines or something.
That's
It'd
He
be
keeps
more
absolutely
excitable,
buzzing
though.
all the time.
Mav, what's your favorite glue brand?
I don't know any glue brands, sorry.
But I mean, you say that he's not excitable enough, but you should have heard him some of the time during the Delve War. Holy shit!
There was some
Why is it
pretty
always the
exciting stuff.
fucking Delve War? Shut the
Pappy's
fuck
dead.
up about it. No one cares.
Pappy's dead, old man. Get with the times.
He's scrapyard. So just out of interest, what do you think about the Delve War?
I'd rather fucking drink bleach, mate. I'd rather slam my erect penis into a fucking door latch than ever read
Your car
or
door.
hear about it ever again.
So should we just go on like a 1 hour tangent to talk about the Delve?
No, but
I'm gonna hang myself.
but what we do need to do is come up with our own intro like theme. So that is definitely going to be in there.
We should just Europa.
You should just make the outro that video of me yelling at my Dictor pilots because that was pretty
I'm
funny.
actually gonna set that up right now. Aquila, send me the video.
No, I
So
sent it to you.
Scrap,
I sent it to you.
you're involved,
No, the
right?
good one.
No,
yeah,
that
no,
is
I'm
the
in
good
Rogue
one.
Capel, actually.
Are you actually? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. What are Rogue Capel doing these days? I don't really hear much from them.
We
They're
live in
gate
low
camping.
sec, and we get camped into stations by tornadoes. Gergerin told me his strat once.
I thought the only point of Road Capel is to camp, what was it, MTAC-OEE8 or some shit like that?
Scrapyard, your mains and cruises crew on TQ. Shut the fuck up.
Who
What
the
was
fuck are
that?
they?
You're not in Road Scrapyard.
Who am I with then?
Cruises crew.
Who's Cruiser's crew?
Oh,
Who are they?
Tequila just done a dum dum. I think the silence says everything. I think the silence says it all, Fate.
Oh god. What, did he just link you his fucking OnlyFans?
No. He said that Scrapyard wasn't in Rogue Capel.
Aquila?
He's not.
Are you gonna back that up with like something?
Go and look at Ezekiel.
Amazing trash talk. Amazing trash talk. Okay. We're out of
So-
topics, so
I was going
Good
to say,
chat.
so looking at
Good chat.
Scrapyard's in-game character, it's a member of Scumlords. I don't know who they are. Are they part of Rogue Capel? They
No,
Yeah,
aligned
they
with
are.
Rogue Capel?
We're +5 with them at the moment.
There
When
you
we
go.
go and farm Pog, then they got our backs, man.
I was going to say, it's mostly like Pochven stuff that Rogue does now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, but they're in Cruises crew coalition, so.
But oh my god, I hate Pochven so much.
it's sick, man.
I just like some of the people that have gotten active with it. Like I almost did some stuff in Pochven, and then I like seeing the people that were involved. I was just like, yeah, nah.
God, what's wrong with it?
It's
You have to
not- I
actually
mean-
do something apart from press F1.
No, it's not even that. Like, so when B Crows joined Horde, we were asked to get involved with the Pochven Sig and stuff, and there are some characters. Like a lot of them are pretty decent, but just some of the like really petty squabbles that people would get into and stuff. I was just like, yeah, no, can't be fired to deal with this.
Yeah, if you ever joined an incursion fleet, whenever people make billions for literally no effort, they get a bit egotistical, don't they?
I mean, I do incursions, so because it's just really easiest.
Oh, I thought I was in an incursion Discord of how low quality this was.
Oh,
okay. Fair enough. I mean, it wasn't aiming to be that high quality. We do need like different people on Node. Like, there's a lot of tests.
yeah, like when pretty much it's all like 75% test. It's you're not going to get much variation there, are you?
No. We
Best
definitely.
alliance, best alliance.
Shut up, Thomas. I'm gonna roleplay as a goon. Yeah. Yeah, if there's anyone from the Imperium who would like to join, if we do it next week, like, get in touch with me on Discord. I'm in the Trash Talk.
Why?
Or the
Why do they have to
Discord server.
be? Why do they have to be from goons? It'd be great to get some more elite low sec PvPers on here.
We
Like
can-
Scrapyard.
Yeah, like, we can also have
No,
them,
I'm in Pogven, mate, with Rogue Capel.
Oh, there you go. Just a minute ago, you said that you were in low sec getting camped into NPC stations. What the fuck? I'm just
Yeah, well, how do you think we make money when we got evicted by the Bot Alliance?
lol.
The Free Men of the North didn't last that long against Norhouse's credit card.
Is Norhouse even allowed to play the game yet again? Or has he made a new
I
character
don't know,
now?
I'm still waiting
Well-
for Frat to war deck me, so...
According to Frat director Luke Ennanen, he's not banned, he just was on holiday, so he had to make a new account and also stop using all of his old ones at the same time.
Yeah. Because doesn't Norhouse have like a history of RMTing and shit?
Yeah, but
Why do you think
don't
he
worry.
kicked everyone out of Vale, mate? He needs more
Why do you
space.
think? Why do you think Eve is still alive?
According to director of Frat Luke Annanen, Fraternity is doing a lot of work to police RMT and its members, which doesn't include its directors or leadership.
Yeah.
I actually
Spicy
heard
take
that.
right there.
I heard that guy financed Frat's SRP for his credit card by taking out a loan or some shit.
Yeah.
I have
No
also heard that.
fucking way is that true. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's big business
I was going
amongst
to
the
say
Chinese alliances. Eve Online, it's big business.
He's
Well,
got to
The
make
amount
money
of-
back somehow, isn't he?
the amount of money that Mav's put into this off his credit card, he could probably prop up the entirety of Brave's SRP program.
It isn't that much. I plexed a Titan, alright? And like some
Yeah,
skill
exactly.
injectors and
Matt,
much-
you text a lot more than a Titan do.
Oh, speaking of
How
which,
much
how's
is it-
Questionable doing, by the way? You still on his Plex addiction?
oof.
Oh my days.
So he's in
Who's
Horde
questionable?
now. Questionable availability. He's in Horde now. I got leaked him pinging for a Rourke save, and it is quite funny.
Back to null blocks.
Sorry, yeah. So he pings Rourke save and the questionable, and then he doesn't get numbers. So he pings in all caps. Oh, this was for a super. In all caps, he pings friendly super tackled. Let's go. Give me that girth. And then he pings again for another save, and then he pings like Rourke or tackled, by the way, because he doesn't get numbers. So yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
if that's just
It's-
Horde not being able to get numbers or questionable, but yeah.
It's like sitting in a
that's-
room of NPCs and their only dialogue options is to talk about World War B or fucking block drama.
Oblivion and NPCs.
So I need the fucking Oblivion music.
I mean, when
The world's
like, some
coming
people-
to an end, and people are buying toilet paper. I guess they
mean-
plan to shit themselves to death.
Toilet paper.
I mean, to be fair, like when the game is 75% null blocks, like what else? Do you want us to talk about high sec war decks and
The other
shit?
25% of the game, which is what high sec ganking, Jita local spamming,
Shadow,
faction warfare.
are you like? I can't tell if you're like deliberately being retarded, but can you like
Don't use
genuinely
the
not
gamer
remember
word,
anything
Aquila.
other than- I mean,
So, hang on, I couldn't hear what he's saying. What's up?
do you like genuinely just not know of any other part of the game? Or
No,
passing
I'm
up on any
memeing.
ones?
I'm memeing,
It's
dude.
hard to tell.
Man.
Oh my god, that's so good. I got involved in some like high sec war deck stuff when we first went to Horde, and oh my god, it's so boring.
I know, right?
Like trying to actually get fights.
Oh, is it?
Fuck off.
That's the dialogue option to start a side quest with Aquila.
You're already on a side quest, mate.
Just talk about nano soup as you'll bite.
Final
Aquila.
goal.
I'd have to get Sanjin in here for that. You can tell me how
Aquila,
to do nanocebras.
didn't you drop on Shattered's Titan at one point?
Oh, speaking of nanosupers that you can't catch,
Alright, you should not be smugging considering you are a server tick away from dead.
you bet your ass I was, but I'm still alive.
How did you get caught? Like, what?
Because he's a smooth brain who doesn't understand how to move supers.
I don't understand why you weren't moving along
No.
the fraternity keeps
I
the
got-
highway.
No, I got lazy. And I fucking nearly lost my Titan for it.
What? So what's the story of this? I haven't heard about this.
Wait, you didn't hear about that?
He
But you were
tried
still
to
in
move
Brave
his
when that
Titan.
happened.
He tried
Was
to
I?
move his Titan. No,
My Titan was the first Titan to get into, well, in range of Pureblind because we needed it for a
it
subcat move
was
ups.
very brave of you to start moving it before the evac was announced.
Oof.
You know, leadership leading head first, I think.
Yes,
Well, didn't
Because
Villy
mine was-
got his supers out
because
before they announced?
because my Titan was the one that was bridging all our subcaps into Pureblind for the entirety of the move ops.
Scrapyard, I think the
Yeah, so when you're
Philly
doing that, you
super-
do actually kind of need a Titan to go ahead.
Or you can
Yeah,
take,
it was
you
the
know,
exact same when Javik first set. He was the first Brave Titan to set foot in Pureblind, and he jumped to a deep safe
Jamming it.
in the sorry in Geminate, yeah,
Shad, who
and he
was
was
the
the first
FC
boots on the ground.
who approved the fleet where you jumped to a snuffed out bait Fortizar with the plan of warping to an NPC kickout station?
That entire deployment was planned by B-Crow. I didn't have any involvement in that because I was running evac ops out of Delve at the time.
Is that true,
I'm
Cal?
not even memeing. I had no say in
No,
anything that happened as far as
be-
that SIG deploying up to Geminet ahead of the
I was
main
going to say,
alliance.
Shattered actually wasn't involved in any of the forward deployment stuff. He was fully concentrated. I will back him up on that one. And when it turned out that was a dumb thing, I was one of the first people.
Yeah,
to
it was a
speak
really
up and be
fucking
like,
dumb thing.
Yeah, this
I mean,
is really fucking
let's
dumb.
just go to a fucking Freeport low sec Fortizar. Like, I didn't think that was something I had to explain to people why you don't do that with a cap fleet.
But Freeports are trustworthy. What do you mean? It says Freeport on it.
It would have been better just to sign on a kickout station and just
Oh,
have
Brave
people
doesn't have
come
good
in one.
experience with signing on kickout stations.
No, because Javik did it on a kickout station, didn't he? And he lost his fax or something.
No, I'm referring to the time we held up a Brave move up for I think 4 hours by just killing the Sinos and they refused to undock and fight.
Oh, was that when we were moving up to Gemini?
It was,
No,
it was
no.
when you were moving to
So
P1.
Aquila and his low sec
Okay.
buddies started camping the stations, the capital chain stations.
Right. Okay.
And with his 60 caps, docked in a station, refused to undock and kill our one dread, which was just sieged off it, killing the Sinos. Because, and I quote from someone on the comms, they have more super carriers than we have people.
I mean,
I don't know how I feel about that, but
don't Snuffed Out operate in that area and they have pretty sizable cap fleets? I don't know.
well, actually, Snuffed Out was part of their dropping group, so it was entirely possible they could escalate, but not likely. At least not in certain areas. Some areas they probably would have.
So, where
And
is
Shattered
Brave's super fleet right now?
Shattered probably learned from his experience of jumping one of his cap move ups into
Oh,
Init
God.
The guys that have the guys that are bad and trade supers up on mains and not alts are keeping them in a Freeport. Which is ironic given we just finished a conversation talking about how Freeports aren't trustworthy.
Yes,
Well, some are. My Titan is in Freeport right now.
Probably the same one ours is. And
Oh. I'll run some locators. It's fine.
I mean, it's not hard to figure out.
Yeah.
It's
fair.
literally on the Brave forums, and it was announced several months ago.
I don't have a Brave
keep
spy.
stuff along the way.
We keep burning our Brave Spies Shattered, shipping
Yes, I
into
know
Slack.
you burn your Brave spies because I keep kicking them.
No, because we keep doing @channel in the Stratop channel, telling people to join Diva today.
Why? Why would you do that?
Because it's pretty funny. Yeah, that's the answer, because it's funny. Also, to be fair,
Pissing myself.
Yeah, I haven't got a Brave spy. I'm a good boy. I don't spy on anyone.
Imagine having spies.
Yeah.
Fucking neckbeards.
Imagine not having spies.
You say that, Shad, but do you have your own spies yet?
So say how much were you paying for a spy network?
Yeah.
3 bill a month, and it was like tasting the wine of the gods.
I don't know why you wouldn't just get
It's
your own
unironically
spies.
we do, but it's unironically a life-changing experience to have a proper spy network.
Shattered.
Say what you
Why,
want about
like-
Antar, he ran a fucking tight ship.
Tests, you were paying for test spy or ping relay, but
Yeah,
they were
paying for
delaying-
convenience.
They were delaying the pings for you guys though.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
Okay.
I mean, to be
The pings
honest,
that
if
the other people
you're...
got, apart from test, were 5 or 10 minutes delayed compared to when they actually came out. Very valued allies, by the way.
Is that actually true?
No.
Yes.
I mean, didn't all of the enemy pings go to a single server, which was the TIA server? Which
No, that's not.
Also,
That's not how you do it properly.
Aquila...
And if they were doing it properly, that was very dumb of them.
Brave would know that the pings were being delayed because, they were getting pings from some people,
Why? Because they had
independently.
the very all-encompassing Brave spy relay.
Well, I mean, I had my
the
own
goon-
goon spy because, Skirm FCs...
Go on, guys, keep going.
because Skirmish FCs and Brave and even some Strap FCs didn't have, goon pings, right?
I actually kind of feel you because this conversation is really stupid.
Yeah.
What?
Come on
another
then,
one before
Scrapyard,
having
liven it
been?
up. Liven it up, Scrapyard.
I
Talk.
haven't
What
played the
do
game in 8
you want
months
to talk
up here
about?
for some reason.
Someone said you should talk about the very interesting topic that is Pochvan.
I
Fuck
don't
Pochvan.
know. I don't
Go
log in.
away.
Good talk.
Good talk, man.
The fuck?
Well, I think we're gonna kill the show.
I'm gonna
Unless,
kill myself.
Kill it, please.
Great idea.
yeah, I think we're out of like topics, and we've been going for a couple hours, which is pretty good for our first show. We'll probably do something next week. Like, these viewership numbers are pretty good. I need to find some more people to come on and hopefully get some more balance. That would be good. But yeah, if anyone has any feedback, like chuck it in the chat or in the cesspool server or the New Eden Post server. Thanks everyone for coming on and chatting shit for a couple hours, and thank you Scrapyard for playing the NPC Oblivion music.
It was very fitting. I thought I'd break it out, you know.
Wow, someone said don't invite Cal
Wow.
next week. Holy shit. Is that
Who
person in
even-
Brave?
Who the fuck even is Tasmania?
That's the angel or something like that.
Oh, it's Commander Angel, isn't it?
Oh, that's funny.
Got doxed, man.
Man, if that is Commander Angel, he's in my corp as well. And
Yeah,
he-
that makes sense.
He is talking about how brain dead high sec incursions are. He is
Shout out to
a
the Chad squad, defenders of 8AA.
high sec incursion FC.
Yeah, that's pretty cringe. I think that warrants some more Oblivion music. Anyway, alright, thanks everyone for watching. We'll catch you next week on Trash Talk Thursday and also Trash Talk Tuesday. Where's the fucking button to kill the show?
Alt F4.
Alt F4.